Hey, Loco sports fans. Happy Tuesday, March the 3rd. How y'all boys doing? Marcus Walsh and Max Araj. I'm Justin Jarrett. It's the madness has descended upon us. We're in March, and the
That's for
madness is
sure.
all around us. I'm absolutely cooked. Whoever made this Hardyville softball schedule is just an
Oh,
idiot.
Yeah, that's a
That
real
was
idiot,
me. I
real idiot
stacked us
there.
up this week, man. Thank God we got rained out over the weekend, or I would already just be a dead man walking. But no, it's been a long week. I barely got gas in the tank, but as Wes astutely pointed out this morning, we got to do a show before the USCB games tomorrow, bro. And I
yeah.
said, "You right?" And so Wes is over finishing up producing Under the Bus with our friends Bob Stevens, Craig Kirkpatrick, and Rich Basirico. They couldn't go earlier because the Tar Heels played at 7, and
Against
Kirk
Clemson.
watched the Tar Heels, so we had to go live after the Tar Heels game,
Great
which
game, by the way.
heartbreaker for Clemson. They did some brain dead stuff at the end.
Yeah, but I think they are locked. They're
Hill.
locked into the tournament after their win over Louisville on
My Tigers crapped the bed
Saturday.
tonight. So Mizzou crapped the bed tonight. That'll probably hurt their seed. They lost at Oklahoma. But yeah, that's the March Madness that we're all gearing up for. But we also have our own March Madness right here at home because
Yeah.
USCB going to be in the Cove tomorrow night for both the men and the women, opening up the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Women up first at 5:30. Kevin Libby and Chelsea. I don't know Chelsea's last name, the professor there from USCB, but she does a great job on the game. Tripp and Chelsea will be on the call for the women's game. Number 2 seed women against Georgia College, a team they've handled this season. So hopefully they'll advance on. And then the
So
men,
just
it's 7:30.
just
Yeah.
to clarify, Kevin's doing the men's game with Chelsea, and Tripp's doing the women's game. That
Tripp,
was not clear.
not Kevin. I didn't mean Kevin. I'm cooked.
Okay.
Remember, Tripp. It's Tripp Richards and Chelsea on the women's game. It's me and Jeremy Orr on the men's game. I don't know how I put Kevin Libby's name in there. My brain's not working right. Although Kevin and Tripp are both tall drinks of water, and they
That's
get
for sure.
very,
Hey,
very
I
excited
can't
on their
deny
calls.
that, man. Can't deny
But yeah,
that.
tomorrow night at the Cove, going to be a big night. And then we got spring sports on us, man. The Game Changer app is bling blinging. The Max Preps is popping off. I'm trying to get ahead of it and get schedules entered at least for this week, so we know what's going on. But it is a yeoman's task. So if you're a budding sports reporter out there that wants to get access to our wonderful shared document and help us track down scores,
Yes, please.
just let us know. We need interns to help us do this thing. But Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, Justin Jarrett on the Loco Sports Lowdown. Wes Kerr will be joining us shortly, and we're brought to you by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV, our all-star sponsors. Mickelson Law Firm been with us since the beginning, our founding sponsor and our official real estate closing attorney, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And then WHHI TV, our longtime partner in local sports and co-custodian of Marcus Walsh.
Yes, indeed.
We share custody. I hope we don't have to pay child support on you, man.
Oh, boy.
I don't believe that's an issue.
Yeah,
I sure hope
there
not.
today. I was there yesterday. Normal Monday work day for me, and then I was there today on Talk of the Town, talking about basketball, the playoffs, a little bit, talking about the teams that I had a chance to take a look at, and I saw at least snippets of 4 games from our end date until when Bluffton played Darlington. And just to talk about the teams and then get into the DRI, which I'll be talking about more later. Didn't have a chance to watch any of the coverage today, but did watch the bulk of the coverage yesterday. We'll be in touch with it tomorrow before I head out there with Logan, and looking forward to seeing what can happen. Right now, it looks like Texas is the team that is
Nice.
certainly the one to beat. So more on that a little bit later on, but
yeah,
busy stuff. And then on Thursday we have our second of 2 ribbon cuttings with the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce at 4:00. So another busy week over at WHHI and beyond. And I'm really looking forward to getting Logan Clark out there at the DRI with me tomorrow. That's going to be a great time and a lot of fun, as it always is. I mean, Lindsey Finger and Bob Patton and Rob Ryan do a great job, and they're just the top and tip of the iceberg of that crew that does a magnificent job year in and year out. It's one of my favorite things to cover all year, and looking forward to getting out and talking to some of them tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to hearing more about that whenever it takes finishes up tomorrow. Tomorrow's the final round. All
That's
right,
correct.
good stuff. Kind of a weird day today weather-wise. It was kind of chilly and foggy and misty for much of the morning until almost noon, and then it kind of burned off and got pretty warm this afternoon. But supposed to be nice and toasty the next couple of days, so should be good weather out there at Long Cove for the final round of
I think
the,
like 76
DRI.
tomorrow.
And like 80 on Thursday.
Dig it.
And we'll be playing at Hilton Head on Thursday. So fun story. You know what? No, let me save that. Let me save that for the parting thoughts.
Parting thought?
About that. Save it for the parting thoughts. If I forget what my parting thought was, just remind me Zaxby's. You guys just remind me Zaxby's. That would
Okay.
Fun story is
I am cooked, and my memory's not what it once was. Now that I'm in my upper 40s,
Cook like some Zaxby's chicken, baby.
I've aged out of the middle 40s and into the upper 40s. So
I have to say, and this might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think their fries are extremely overrated.
Really,
in my opinion. I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan. I mean,
their chicken's not bad, but their fries
once they get cold, it's no bueno because they're too mealy. But when they come out hot and they've got the seasoning on it, especially if you got some Zax sauce to dip them in, they're so
good.
I tend to be one though that the fry to potato ratio has to be on point.
They're too meaty,
and I think there's too much potato to fry ratio, and I just
I mean
I can't dig it.
That would be the criticism of them. So have you had Raising Cane's?
No.
Okay, because they got like the same kind of fries but shrunk down, less potato in there, more crispy. They're quite good. Their chicken leaves something to be desired, in my opinion. It's often a little tough, but the cane sauce is off the chain, like ridiculously good. And their Texas toast, I don't know, like they must be putting drugs in it. I don't know, because it's better than most Texas toast. But
yeah, chicken, I will agree.
Like I'd love to make a super chicken restaurant where we put the Zaxby's chicken, but I know people like the Chick-fil-A. I think Chick-fil-A is overrated. Although I agree. Like those waffle fries.
The waffle fries are legit. We happen to be big Chick-fil-A fans in this house.
My wife is a huge Chick-fil-A fan. I try to go different directions, in life. I've always zigged when others have zagged. So
I'm not gonna. I don't love Chick-fil-A, but I can't say no to a chicken sandwich with some waffle fries on the side.
Oh yeah, and look, I was an early adopter. I was a big Chick-fil-A guy. When it first opened at the North Park Mall in Joplin, Missouri, I was all about that. I got them free samples of that char-grilled chicken, and I was in. I've broadened my horizon since then. I will absolutely get down with some Churches or some.
Oh yes.
Popeyes is the best, but I'll get down with some Churches too. And speaking of. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. I ain't mean it like that, J.O. But welcome, Jeremy Orr, to the show. We were just discussing Zaxby's, Cane's, Chick-fil-A, Bojangles, Popeyes, Churches. Like, what's your top?
Top what, 3?
Sure. Yeah. Like, what's your favorite? What's number 1?
Chick-fil-A is number 1.
Really?
Yeah. Chick-fil-A is number 1.
Basic.
Chick-fil-A is number one.
I'm a Zaxby's. I think I'm Zaxby's. Well, no, I'm Popeyes number one, but
I haven't had Popeyes. Gonna have to do that too.
oh,
Yeah,
really?
Popeyes would be my 3. 2 is Zaxby's.
People were murdering for Popeyes during the pandemic. I don't know if you remember that. It was killing for them Popeyes sandwiches. It was real life. It was real life. But anyway, I think we've talked enough about chicken on this sports show. We did get off, but but we're going to talk about it more later because you have to remind me about Zaxby's and parting thoughts. Okay.
Yes.
But let's talk a little sports on this sports show, and the Zaxby story does relate to sports. We're going to wait and talk USCB in depth as soon as Wes gets over here, because I know he's going to have a lot to say, and also he'll have a lot to say about the other stuff, baseball and softball. He was calling the game call today, rather. But Jo, what's the vibes over on campus? Is everybody getting hyped for Wednesday night?
Everybody is indoors studying and taking midterms, myself included. So hopefully we get a good showing tomorrow. I mean, I hope everybody's aware of like the significance of this game, and it's not regular season anymore. Like this one means a ton. So,
and this is the last one.
Blackout element to it, so that should bring in some more bodies.
Are we doing the blackout?
Yep, part 2 of the blackout.
All right. Should I wear my Dark Tide Rising shirt?
Yes, you should.
Or should I dress like a professional?
I need a Dark Tide Rising shirt.
I think I'll go Dark Tide Rising. But it should be awesome. I hope the students pack it out, and I hope that a lot of high school hoopers get out because their season is over now. So
I'll tell you who will probably be there. I'll tell you who will probably be there. A lot of the youth from Beaufort area have been coming out to some of the USCB men's basketball games over the last few weeks or so because I got them hooked onto it. Now they show up for the games. So we may get to see some of those kids out there for the games tomorrow night if they don't have to worry about school for whatever reason.
Good deal.
But that's the boys you took to Orangeburg over the weekend and played in the tournament?
I was at Orangeburg. I wasn't coaching, but yes, some of those kids were in Orangeburg this past weekend. Both the Beaufort 12U and 10U boys finished runner-up. Bluffton had three district champions across all the age group levels, both boys and girls. And Beaufort had 4 runner-ups. 3 of them were to Bluffton. So a lot of runner-ups between Bluffton and Beaufort, a lot of district title games, but that Bluffton 10U boys team took down my Beaufort 10U boys in the district title game, and they'll be heading out to Florence this coming weekend for a chance at a state championship.
10-4.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff from the youth hoops. But Jo, Hampton didn't work out. Didn't work out for Hampton.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks for my youngins, but I mean, I know a few of them. At least I know Darius should have. He hasn't been very public in terms of schools that have been reaching out to him, but I believe he does have a future somewhere.
Yeah, I believe so.
In college basketball, if he wants that.
I agree.
I believe Dez is obviously going to be a football player. I don't think he has any interest in college basketball.
Right.
And then the Solomon kid from the Hampton side, he's pretty nice. So I think
I think he's going to get a shot somewhere. He's got size too. I think USCB be crazy not to at least take a look at him. What do you think?
Well,
think he can that level?
So, I've told you before of the Elsto curse.
Yeah.
Like, Mom and Daddy tell you that you're the best thing since sliced bread, and
for sure, yeah.
And you believe it, and then when you come play this dude from Columbia way, and he blows your mind, and you get humbled. So I mean, I think. So the thing is, I don't know if he would be able to keep up with the system that we run because it's fast paced the entire time. You're pressing the entire game. So I don't know if if that's like his style of play. But I mean, I would love to see him develop under Ron. I think that'd be great for him.
Or maybe he goes the JUCO route and then finds his way back here. But at
That
any
would-
rate, we got spring sports off and running, man. USCB, of course, their baseball and softball has been playing for a little while now. But really, we got some rain Friday and Saturday that kind of slowed things down. But it took off Monday. I got a whole list of scores here. Couple that stood out: Bluffton baseball with a 3-0 win over Cane Bay, which is pretty impressive for a team
That is impressive.
They keep losing big senior classes and they keep winning. You got to be impressed there. And then JP2 blank Camden Military 5-0, and my guy Russell Spencer went 5, I believe, or 4. 5. He didn't give up a hit. They had a combined no.
Nice.
Look this up for you and let you know who combined on that. But it was against Camden Military, 5-0. Russ Spencer was dealing 5 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Russ Spencer. And then it was Bishop. Live television, everybody. Christopher Bishop, who pitched the last inning of that no-hitter. So combined no-hitter right out of the gate for JP2 baseball. And Bluffton, who pitched that one? I'm just living on Game Changer again now, boys. It's that time of year. Bluffton, whoa, ain't that weird? It was Ryan Gall who was on the mound yesterday. Complete game, 4-hitter, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, pumping strikes to beat Cane Bay. But then the Bobcats lose tonight, 9-1 at Pinewood Prep. So did not get pitching tonight. Yeah, weird, right?
Very weird.
Yeah, kind of just a strange juxtaposition there. But you're only as good as next day's starting pitcher, right?
Yep,
that's right.
Last night they had a dude who was dealing, and tonight it wasn't that way. Sometimes it do be like that. I won't even tell you. We won't even get into how our games are going right now, man. We just practice. We just got to practice tomorrow. Everybody better come to practice tomorrow, or they might not get a jersey on Thursday. Because I just don't like to lose, man. And I know we're going to for a while, but
hey, I don't either. Don't worry.
I can't take it for too long, so we got to get better.
Yeah. And my basketball team finished 0-8 on the year this winter season,
Oof.
so I do not like losing.
I'll tell you, starting a program from scratch is not
easy.
No, it's real hard. But we got 30 girls that are out. We're gonna see how committed they are to getting better tomorrow. It's insane. They just keep showing up. And I just keep thinking, really? All of you? Wow. I guess I'm doing something right. But I got to figure out how to coach 30 of them at a time. That's kind of hard. But anyway, we lost last night to to Battery Creek. We are Hardyville. We lost 19-4, but man, we came out guns blazing. We scored 4 runs in the top of the first right off the rip. First 6 people reached. We were smacking first pitches against good little pitcher Stella Schubert. And then we went on defense, and we learned a lot about what we need to practice tomorrow. So we ended up 19-4, but we getting there. We turning the corner. We're light years ahead of where we last year.
And I would say Battery Creek's been known to have a very strong softball program at times.
Yeah, and they're very young this year, to the point that Heather Ball and Peyton Ball, both 7th graders, are in the lineup.
Playing.
They only have 13 players. And so I think their 3 subs are kind of new to the game, but everybody else has played, but they're very, very young. But they're going to be okay. They'll compete in their league, and they'll be all right. Not top end, but they'll be solid, and they're going to be pretty good in a little while. Schubert's solid. She'll throw strikes. She's not going to blow you away, although second inning, she cranked it up a notch, and we had a hard time catching up to her. But then, shoot, I can't save this for parting thoughts because it relates to all this. So then after the game, we go to Zaxby's, and we get our Zaxby's, and everybody's happy, and we're about to finish up and leave, and then I turn around, and there's the Hilton Head High softball team standing at the counter at Zaxby's, and I'm like, "Hey guys, it's our next opponent." Just walked into Zaxby's because we go to play them on Thursday, and so I start doing the snaps, like we're gonna have a gang fight. But no, it was all good. Saw Coach Perry, gave her a hug, and we talked about looking forward to playing on Thursday. But it was pretty funny. Pretty funny to see them there.
About
Getting
that.
in here, Max. There you go. Swap a Ruby. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I was going to save that for parting thoughts, but we both hit Beaufort Zaxby's. We're super efficient considering that we brought a whole team in there. So gotta love it.
It's awesome.
That's softball from last night. I haven't really delved into what happened tonight. RJV played. Nobody needs to know about that. Except that Riverview's got a couple of sixth graders that are stupid good. One of them we know, Natalia Heckscher, but then the pitcher Rents Taylor, I think is her name. Rents Thomas. She good. She was pumping it. Beaufort girl. Girls soccer last night, May River 7-2 over Calvary. That's a lopsided win. Hampton County 9-1 over Royal. JP2 7-1 over Northwood. JP2 girls soccer is going to be a problem.
I had a feeling because they were pretty solid last year. They were just on the younger side.
Yeah, they're going to be good. JP2 boys also routed Northwood 7-1, and then JP2 lacrosse. Did they have a team last year, or is this the first year?
I think they may have had a team last year. I think
I can't remember, but at any rate, they played last night.
This is definitely girls. Year 2 at the most.
Year 2, at the most.
Yeah, that's what
it
I
might be
thinking.
The first.
Because if
I'll
I'm not
look
mistaken,
into that.
Christian started 3 years ago, so this would be their it would be 2 seasons for JP2. This would be their second.
So the girls put up a good fight against Beaufort, lost 13-11. Guys, not so much. Beaufort won 17-1. So work in progress there, but they're off and running. Wes probably won't. Yeah, he'll have something to say about this. USCB, he called the USCB game today. Sand Sharks lost 10-8 the baseball game.
Yeah,
another tough L. That's hard to swallow. Were you out there, Jo? You on the PA? Yeah. Announcing them names.
They played
Bridgeport.
Yeah, a school I never heard of until today.
Where are they from?
Connecticut.
That's what I was going to guess. That's the only Bridgeport I knew of, but I could have been Virginia or Massachusetts or anywhere for all I knew. And then softball, they swept Edward Waters 15.
Taylor Chang had 3 home runs in one game.
Trace?
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Holy cow.
Dang.
Yeah. We got to get some video of that.
Chang with the dingers. Good Lord. That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, 3 home run game.
Big weekend coming up for USCB softball. They got the opening Peach Belt Conference Series this coming weekend against Columbus State.
And they are good. Columbus State
Sports Complex. It's going to be a good one.
Nice.
I'm very excited for the start of Peach Belt play for the softball team because I really do think they have a good chance of making some noise within the Peach Belt, which is usually a very, very solid conference as per usual. So I'm very excited to see how this USCB softball team can do. The biggest issue I have with the softball team is they have a solid number 1 in Madison Murphy. It's who's number 2. And that's the biggest struggle I'm having right now because as I was there during that tournament, Madison did absolutely fantastic in the tournament, that weekend that they had in Hardyville. And after Madison, it was really, Cassie had
it's either Cantwell or Brundage. It's one of those two.
Cassie was real good today. She went the distance in game 2, 5 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches. So little wild, but able to keep it under control.
That's
really effective.
Part of what I'm worried about. And the reason is, well, I think Edward Waters is not the strongest of programs right now,
Right.
because I've been keeping in
Right.
track on most of the teams that are coming up for softball. The biggest struggle I had is Cassie. When she's pitching well, they really hit well off of her. When she's not pitching well, it causes walks and then traffic on the base paths for USCB's defense to handle. And she just hasn't, because she's had great moments, and she had some good moments last year. And I was really hoping she would start out hot this year, but she's I don't
hopefully she
struggling, but I also
yeah,
don't
but
want
I mean,
to
I think you gotta, what have you done for me lately, and say that she pitched pretty well today, and so hopefully that means she's kind of turning that corner and will be that reliable number 2.
I hope that means she's turning the corner, because I really do think that they got to have a solid number 2.
That's what they need, somebody to emerge.
If it's not Cassie Brundage, you're probably looking at Emily Morgan. So like it's going to be interesting to see who comes out as that solid number 2, and I really hope it is Cassie, with the experience that she has had the last couple seasons in the circle. So, but yeah, their game today, that's a good sign for her and for USCB, and hopefully she can continue to improve on that.
Taylor Chang, 3 bombs. Is that a school
3 bombs,
record?
man? That's insane.
That's
That's crazy.
It's gotta be a school record.
They were in Jacksonville too, weren't they? They weren't even at home today.
Right.
Yeah, they were up there.
Yeah, they were down
in Jacksonville.
Down at Eddie Waters.
Wow, that's impressive.
Man, that's crazy though. 3 bombs in one game.
Remember that she was 3 for 3.
Yeah, 1 yard every time.
Every time she batted, she hit a home run.
Every time.
I look forward to getting out to USCB softball, whether I'm on the call or not. I'm definitely going to be out there to watch some USCB softball this weekend, because it is a big series against Columbus State. So I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
Let's see other scores. Let me get my handy dandy game changer here. Tonight we got Hilton Head Prep baseball. They kept it going with the 4-0 win over the Savannah Jaguars. I think they're beating everybody right now so far. Let's see. Somebody probably threw a gym. Tyler Britschke with the gym, 2-hitter, 5 strikeouts, 65 pitches. That's like a Maddox, a high school Maddox.
That's impressive.
The Middleton boys each had 2 hits, and Espinoza, Poppy, he had a couple RBIs and a double. Offense did just enough. That's Hilton Head Prep. They'll do just enough to beat you.
I do have another score. Hilton Head Christian played again tonight against Savannah Country Day. Got the 12-0 win. Colt Sparger again. 11 strikeouts tonight for Colt Sparger on the mound.
That's 24 in his first 2 starts, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's outrageous.
Robert Coelho, had a sacrifice score in the run. Josh Kopke.
Yeah, Kepka.
Homer to right field, 2-run homer. Chip Hetzel, he doubled. He had a run. Jackson Richardson, he singled. He had a run as well. I'm trying to look for the box score here so I can understand what Colt Sparger did today. So it was only a 5-inning game, being that it was a 12-0 game. Colt Sparger, 4 innings, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And then Rizzo.
How many hits? 4?
How many hits? None.
Yeah. Oh, no hits.
No hits. Rizzo.
So he threw a no-hitter?
Rizzo pitched
1 walk.
Rizzo pitched in the 5th. He allowed 1 hit. So 1 hitter for Hilton Head Christian tonight.
So
1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, a strikeout, and a walk. So 12 strikeouts tonight for Hilton Head Christian Academy's pitching staff. Boy, this team is starting to impress me more and more as the weeks gone by. But granted, I wouldn't say they've played anyone extremely challenging yet, other than their opening series against the Florida teams down in the Bay Area of Tampa Bay. Other than that, to start off their season, they haven't had too many impressive opponents yet, but it is coming.
That Savannah Christian win was pretty good.
Savannah, actually, I will agree. Savannah Christian's been a solid program the last couple of years, and that is an impressive win. Yeah.
But they're doing what they're supposed to do so far.
Absolutely.
JP2 softball beat Bridges 14-1.
Wow.
Tevi Mullen she's really good at pitching. She went 5, 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. As you know, in softball, if you got a pitcher, you got a chance.
Yeah, you're going to be just fine. Yeah.
And then is it Ellie Heathcott?
Yes.
She pitched the last 2, 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and she and Gabby Heathcott.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. They each had
girls.
2 hits. They combined for 4 hits, 4 runs, and 2 RBIs. So they did a lot of damage. Tevi also did damage at the plate. So JP2.
That's a solid showing.
Coming around.
And of course, Garrett's on the baseball team.
Yeah. I mean, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a Heathcott over there.
That's right.
Yeah, that is.
Lacrosse softball is a juggernaut. A lot of the same girls on that basketball team that won back-to-back state titles and finished second this year are on that softball team, as well as some other girls that are really good. They killed Hilton Head 22-6 today.
Wow.
I mean, there's layers to this.
Well, granted, we remember from last year, Hilton Head
struggling.
Young, they're
a young team.
They're very young.
It's been
we play them Thursday
ever since Reagan Marchant left.
But Coach Nikki does a great job. She'll get them turned around.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I like their new coach. I think she'll get him on the.
I love her.
Team.
She's a good friend. You missed it, Wes. You were over there with Under the Bus when I told the story about how last night we were at Zaxby's. And I'm trying to get the thing to go. We were at Zaxby's eating after the game, and Hilton Head came in on their way back from Academic Magnet where they won 7-6. So that was pretty cool. I was like, ladies, it's our next opponent. Just came into the restaurant we're eating. So that's pretty funny. You told us about HHCA, big win, and that's
you saved the Sand Shark talk for
we did. We mostly did. We skimmed over the baseball and softball, but we figured you'd come back and hit the baseball. We didn't talk much. We got JO's perspective on the vibes on campus. We learned it's going to be a blackout.
I was gonna ask if Wes had heard Taylor Chang had 3 homers today against Edward Waters.
She had 3 in the same game.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, we just had a little discussion of that. So we've kind of covered the bases, but we definitely wanted to dig back in with you on USCB hoops. So we kind of left that one. And of course, we have the women up first. They're the number 2 seed that take on Georgia State, correct? Georgia College and State. Georgia College, right? That's a team that we handled pretty easily in both, right? We expect Coach Versup's ladies to take care of business there, but certainly it's going to be a battle. And then on the other side, the guys coming up at 7:30, they got Flagler coming in, and that should be an absolute dogfight. So what are you looking at, Wes? What are you looking forward to?
Kind of my thoughts of what I said earlier is that, you look at these 2 games, and I think the women are in a good spot to head into this one. Georgia College, certainly those 2 games were close. USCB beat by around 8 or 9 that last game at home. But I just think they're trending upwards. I think they're playing their best basketball these last few games. And they've played very well at home recently. They've just really bonded together and play at a high level, especially at North Georgia. When it's a huge momentum building one on the road against a good North Georgia team. And the way they just dominated them for a good part of that game, I think they keep it rolling. And, I think it'll stay close, but I think the second half they'll find a way to pull away, whether it's, Tanaya Bowman scoring at will or some big shots from Hayward or Gattosi making some plays. It's hard to stop everyone when they're on this kind of a roll, and I think that somebody's going to find a way to lead the charge and pull USCB towards a win. I feel very good about this women's team. Now the men's team, it's a toss-up for me. Flagler has they've been trending better. They had a nice win to end the regular season. Those last 2 games could have gone either way. Obviously, he had that Evan Kilminster shot, the buzzer in the first game, and the one at Flagler was impeded as well down to the wire. So, it's hard when you're this close to so evenly matched. It's hard to win all three. So,
Yeah.
I think is the men are especially going to have to be at their best game. I think it should be a barn burner, a fun one down to the last minute, as it always is, seemingly. But you look to your depth. You look to some others to make some big plays, but at the end of the day, you want the ball in Evan Kilminster's hands because he has been the guy all year, and you live and die with what he's able to do down the stretch. I think, in my opinion, I feel like you're in good hands when you have a player like that and others that he can set up in big spots. And it comes down, can you make some plays on defense and then execute down the stretch? Because we've seen the capabilities of this team, but there have been some inconsistent times where just haven't been able to hit those big shots in those last couple of games. But I think they can be really woken up by a loss against North Georgia, because I feel like they definitely felt like they could have been a lot better. And I hope they kind of take some time to reset and get back to the game that we know that they've been able to produce. And that men's game, I don't even know how it's going to go, because it is. Well, I know it's going to be tight, but I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be a nail biter of a game. I'll probably give USCB the slight favorite because they're home, but I think this one could really go either way.
Yeah, Jo, I know you got the Columbia blue, or what do we call it? Coastal blue shaded glasses on, but what do you think?
So, I mean, obviously, y'all know this way better than me, but it is extremely hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season, especially when the third time that you play them is when it matters the most. But I think in terms of Flagler, their strongest suit is their physicality. If USCB is able tomorrow night to overcome that, then I personally don't have any worries. But I think, to Wes's point, I do get what he's saying in terms of Evan being the guy. But the one thing that I have worried about them all year is, let's not develop a Evan Kilminster dependency, because this team is way too good and way too deep to depend on particular individual.
I'm not saying is that Evan take all the shots. I'm saying that he is the facilitator and he's able to find some open players. I'm not saying okay, you have to have Evan take all the shots, because if he gets a good look, he's going to take it, which is what you want to see. But I remember that play he made in the North Georgia game where he found Eason with about 15 seconds or so left, which was the game-winning bucket. I mean, he can make things happen with the passing as well, and that's important. You need him to be that playmaker, is basically what it comes down to. But at the same time, like you're saying, is he can get other people open by the way he plays. But I mean, you want him to be that leader and that guy that other players can feed off of when you head down those last 4 minutes or so in a ball game. So, I think it goes through him, but I agree with what you're saying, is that you can't be too dependent on one player anytime, and you have to have others that can. Hey, if the ball's finding you, you're gonna make it happen. I feel like that's what Ron Fidala has instilled with the way they play and the way they are team based, with the how deep they play, but also the reliance on so many guys. And I think that we've seen that. So how many big shots we've seen from players that I haven't mentioned, like I mean, you can go down the line. You can go down the line to Kevin Price. You can go down the line for some of the others, Dylan Lewis, Paladugu. I mean, you trust those. It's a matter of trust. You trust these guys to make a big play. Kron Anderson, Ish Rashid, you trust all of them to make the play if their number is called. Hudson Norton. And I feel like you have that trust deep down the line, where I've seen other teams like at the college level, like, do you really trust this guy to make a big play? I don't think that's the problem. I don't think that's an issue here. I think you can trust any guy, or at least a decent amount of these players, that, hey, if the ball finds you late, you're going to make the right play.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I agree with that. There is sort of not only positionless basketball, but almost like egoless basketball. that they play, like where it's like they really don't
Yeah, they don't
seem to
care who
care.
goes in and has it that
They
night.
really don't seem to, and it seems to
Yep.
kind of be a prerequisite to really
Yeah.
thrive in the program. If you're worried about that stuff, it's not going to work, and so I think we've seen a couple of people leave, and I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that wasn't their thing. They wanted to shine, and it just doesn't work in that system. So no, I think you're both right, like in a sense. Yeah, they definitely need other guys to step up and score.
Yeah,
But that's the beauty of Killer. Killer he'll kick it when it's not there. If they collapse on him, he'll read that defense and he'll take what's there. And they got a bunch of guys who can spot up and knock it down. But all of a sudden, like even during the season when it was kind of happening, I don't think any of us were totally we were kind of in disbelief. Like the women are the second best team in the Peach Belt, and there's not much debate. Like they beat North Georgia twice.
I mean,
but they might have to beat them again, right?
They're the big story of the year for just USC basketball in general for what they've done. But the way that the brackets shaping up in terms of their side of things. I thought it would give me okay. I had to scroll for a couple of pages to write the bracket on the Peach Belt page. I thought it was going to show me the bracket right away. Anyway, so if they win, I'm on the men's page. Okay, I'm sorry, 1 second. But what I was trying to say is that this women's basketball team, they have been one heck of a story this year. And they still have some work too. Obviously, Georgia College is not going to be easy. Yes, they will play North Georgia or Clayton State if they upset North Georgia. I would think North Georgia has a good shot to win that game. But yeah, I mean, crazy things can happen when you play a team again after you play them twice. But I think they're the second best team in this conference. They proved it, and they proved that they can hang with Columbus State if they play their best capabilities. They lost by 4 that first meeting. The second meeting, I hope they learned a lot if they see them again. So it's certainly a lot to do before to get them, but just incredible praise for what that team has done. Sharon Versa, Brady Grogan, the assistant coach, who's always smiling, does a great job motivating that team, getting them to play their best ball. Yeah, I mean the Stars have stepped up, Bleers have stepped up, and we've mentioned obviously what Gatosia does as a senior, but the 1-2 punch of Tanai and Janaya, they've been in this system now. They've grown up this last stretch, and now they're ready and they're prepared for tomorrow and the opportunity that this presents. But man, and you have the defense that has stepped up with Pelot and others. So I think defense has gotten better compared to previous years. Just complete in terms of the unit that they are. They've grown by leaps and bounds this season. Even just at the end of the season, the last couple of weeks, I think they've improved a lot as well. That North Georgia win was a big breakthrough win for them because that's the home game that win they got. And before then, they were playing some good basketball as well. But it's these tournament games are never easy, and especially this Georgia College team has shown that they can hang right with them. So you got to attack, you got to play your game, and if you're Sharon Versip, if you're that USCB women's squad, you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go tomorrow. But regardless, it's been a great story to see what they've done after a couple of years where they just couldn't stay healthy and they just couldn't get any momentum. This has been the year, the big year 3 for them, and hopefully they'll have some more games left to play.
And you took it away from me, but I was about to say, this is the first season where we really have not had an issue with health on this women's team.
I think that's the biggest thing to it all. Yeah.
We're seeing the rewards of having a healthy team throughout the entire season and just how good they are. They are the number 2 seed for a reason. They fought for every game. They fought for every win. They're in this position because A, they were healthy the entire year, and B, they have grown up. They have improved. They have excelled in the system that Sharon Versip has put together for this USCB program. And it's really starting to show. just how great, not just Sharon Versa, but Ron Fadala, how great of a hire those two coaches were to really build these programs up from the very beginning.
Nailed it. So Sand Sharks, there you go. Number 2 against number 7. Could see North Georgia again in the semis, and then Columbus State, of course, the team we're
By the way,
worried
JJ, will you be on the call tomorrow?
Really, I mean, with
yes.
all those teams, the State, the only team that really worries me on the
Jo and I will be on the men's game. Trip
and
and Chelsea on the women.
Awesome.
USCB men get Flagler, and then potentially a rematch with Lander in the semifinals.
Oh boy. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that could get a little spicy.
I do have a question regarding USCB men's, and that is, being that they are now a 4 seed rather than potential 2 seed or a 3 seed, which they were about 2 weeks ago or so.
Right.
What I know we don't know exactly what the NCAA tournament's going to look like and how each team's going to be seeded and whatnot. But in your opinion, what do you think this men's team has to do to get a spot at large bid in the NCAA tournament?
Well, let me get this pulled up here. We'll talk about it through this lens.
Yeah,
usually
we can quantify this pretty well. So the top 8 in the Southeast region get in, right? That's how it works. And we're currently 9th in the most recent rankings. And we just lost to North Georgia, which was already ahead of us. So I would suggest that a win over Lander would certainly, you would think, get us in.
Yeah, I think you probably to be certain, you probably have to get to the championship. In my opinion.
Have to get to the final. Yeah. Yep. I think one win leaves you on the bubble, depending on how it goes against Lander, how close it is.
Yeah, you got to beat Flagler.
If you lose probably
game to Lander. I don't know how much the committee takes into account like that kind of thing, but
right. I would think somewhat, at least at the end of the season here.
Right. Yeah, but like I think there's a difference between if you get blown up by Lander, you lose by 3. It's
I agree. So I mean that would be my guess. I would say most likely they have to get to the final to be sure of it. One win would leave them on the bubble. So, and it depends on what other people do too.
There's
like if Carson Newman and Lincoln Memorial both go out early, then that helps your cause.
Yeah.
So you're probably not jumping anybody in conference unless you beat them head to head, or they have a really bad loss in the first round. But I also don't know exactly how they operate in this space, Now let me see if I can find the women's region rankings, because I believe
Buford was
USCB was 10th. And that is right, but they beat number 8 North Georgia again. So
that
one would think that
advantage.
One would think that would at least leapfrog North Georgia. Of course, then they might have to play them a third time, and that could put them in double jeopardy. But I would think, you win 2 again, you get to the final. I think you're in. And you win 1 still, maybe, because you'd still take 2 out of 3 off North Georgia. So it'll be interesting. I think they're both going to be bubble teams going in to the Peach Belt tournament and can play themselves in, but can probably play themselves out too. So a lot on the line, a lot at stake.
It's funny, that team that sits in first in those region rankings is Lenore Ryan. If you remember, Justin, you and I were on the call for the game between USCB and Lenore Ryan. And if it hadn't been for foul shots,
we stayed in that game.
Could have won that game. Like, it just crazy to think.
You're right. You're right. That was a winnable game. They had one really good girl. I can't remember her name now, but she cooked us. But
and by the way, I mean, look,
that was very winnable.
Look, I mean, it's a quite a long shot, but hey, you USCB, you have to be ready if Columbus State loses and USCB wins.
Touché.
That is a good point.
It's not that long of a shot because Lander can play.
Right.
Lander can play. So we'll see.
Columbus State
But
had some close calls.
let's get back over to Marcus because he was out at the big event in the area today, or will be tomorrow, I guess.
Will be tomorrow, yeah.
The Darius Rucker Intercollegiate going on at Long Cove. You mentioned it earlier, Marcus, but Texas in the lead, but it is very tight. Florida State just 3 shots back.
And
it was an 8-shot lead going into today, and now it's just 3. And even
Texas
Arkansas
did not do
and
themselves
LSU,
many favors today.
No,
they really struggled from what I saw. Florida State right on their heels. LSU is in the mix. There was
Arkansas
a lot
as well.
of teams. Arkansas also. A lot of teams that struggled yesterday did really well today, and vice versa. What really has surprised me, and they were middle of the pack in after Monday's action around 10th, and I think they're in last right now, and that's Alabama. That is a shock.
Tied for last with Arizona State.
And
I'm such a baby because the Dolphins make me cry. For Darius
Rucker. Yes, indeed. That is really kind of a shock to me because Alabama
Crimson Tide,
that really does a great job in this tournament. I mean, we'll see. And I've talked to Bob Patton and certainly the other folks over there over the years, and you just never know what might happen. But Farrah O'Keefe for Texas is having herself a great tournament. She is one that definitely could capture the individual award. And,
looks like a 2-horse race.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be interesting to see what happens on tomorrow's round for sure. And again, Logan and I will get out there in between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and we're staying out there for the remainder of the tournament. Look forward to getting the winner, and certainly, some B-roll of that. I figure I'll talk to Bob Patton, probably Rob Ryan as well, and he does a tremendous job setting everything up with USC and that situation there at Long Cove. Anything else that we can get, we'll have, and then it will air either Thursday or the weekend for the weekend edition of the WHHI TV Daily News. It just all depends on what's happening in terms of getting it edited and whatnot. And I want to say this too. I was on Talk of the Town today with Debbie Lyons, who was filling in this week for Robin Zimmerman, who is on vacation somewhere, I think for about another week or two. And Debbie made her Talk of the Town hosting debut. She did very well. And I was talking with her initially about some of those teams that I got to see at the end of the regular season after our WHHI broadcast finished. Of course, I went and saw Hilton Head and Hilton Head Prep play 3 games, saw the girls, guys, and the JV game. That was a fun night with my buddy Mike Trishita. And then got to see some more action, got to see Hilton Head Prep and Palmetto Christian. Got to see a rematch between JP2 and HHCA on boys and girls side of things. And then I got to see Bluffton take on Darlington. And just to see these teams and how hard they worked. And I focused on a couple of teams that really have a little bit of work to do. I think of certainly the Beaufort guys and the Bluffton girls struggling. May River girls had some tough moments this year. The May River guys, I forgot to allude to them. They had a great season, of course, as we know. But just a shout out to all these basketball teams. Again, when it comes to me and covering sports in the area, especially for WHHI, it's football, it's basketball, it's golf, with a couple of the big golf things that I've done throughout my career. A lot of people forget I was checking bus DVDs at the Heritage for like 5 years. So obviously the Heritage is a big thing for me too.
Yep.
And then the DRI, I just love the tournament. And then everything else that I can get involved with, certainly the Hilton Head All-American Football Camp. I'll be out there. And then coming up next week, I'll be at the Special Olympics. Got some tie-ins with Notre Dame and whatnot. I've got some singing colleagues that I've talked to, so I plan to get some Notre Dame Club of Hilton Head information out there to the folks as well. But to be out and about, especially this time of year where the weather's starting to kind of peak towards spring, this time in a few days we're going to be, talking about it getting dark at
80s.
7:30 rather than 6:30 or before,
Yeah.
and certainly 75, 80 degrees.
Can't wait.
Yeah, baby.
I know it. It's been a
over it.
cold winter. A lot of
was gonna
places,
say-
including here, for the most part.
Long December, and there's
Yeah.
reason to believe.
I was gonna say with the DRA, I believe if for those of you who can't make it out to that tournament and want to watch it, I believe it was
Golf
on
Channel.
the Golf Channel today, and it will be
Golf
on the Golf
Channel.
Channel tomorrow.
2:30 to 5:30 Monday, 2:30 to 5:30 today. I'm actually watching the replay of today's round right now, keeping an eye on it. Maria Jose Marin, 2 over, wherever I'm watching it currently. I'm not sure where exactly
at this point
replay
in
is
time.
at this point in time.
She
forward,
finished up at
5-6
2 over.
hours.
That's where she sits, tied for 13.
And fair enough. And that's another team to look out for in Arkansas and Maria Jose Marin. I remember interviewing.
Yeah, they're only
Maria.
11 shots back, which is very much in play.
It's doable. I remember interviewing Maria Fossey years ago with Arkansas. I think that was 2019 or 20. And I was really impressed with her. Arkansas's got some good players, but just to be able to get out and, feel the spring in all of our steps. Spring training's going on too. So keeping an eye on that as well. It's a fun time of year. But again, shout out to everybody that's been involved in, winter sports heading into spring. Great time of year for sure. And I have another spring note that I'll add in my parting thoughts.
All right, and we'll get to those after we talk about our sponsors. We got Hudson Seafood House on the docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and that's why Wes was late tonight. He had to handle the production duties for the fellas over there. They had a late night show to live react to the Tar Heels game and then throw some people under the bus and talk about their nonsense like they do. You can check that out over on the Lowco Media YouTube channel. And you can check out Hudson Seafood House on the docks on Hilton Head Island. Great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails right there on right when you get over the bridge. Make a left down Squire Pope. Right down A. Good place. Also, Twinge and Twombly, personal. Yeah, get it and get your Boy Andrew style. Stuff. Twinge and Twombly's our personal injury attorney over in Beaufort. They've got a rare name, but they provide remarkable service at Twinge and Twombly Personal Injury Attorneys. And HHI Windows and Doors wants to improve your view of the Lowco. Our friend Coach Barron over there has hung up his whistle, and he's focused on a new kind of screens at HHI Windows and Doors. Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. And I know a lot of our grinders are already back over there at Reverence, getting ready for the summer circuit next season. And Jay's Barbershop is the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. And now, parting thoughts. And Jeremy, you would get to go first if you're still with us. You got a parting thought? I know you're studying for finals.
Midterms. Is it
midterms, rather. Midterms, my bad.
Yeah, midterm is midterm week.
Cool.
I got 1 down and 2 more to go. So,
all right, you got a parting thought?
Parting thought. Oh, Kyler Murray got released today by the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
Yeah, the experiment is over.
Yes.
Will anyone sign him to get another shot somewhere?
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. But I think the funny thing is apparently the Oakland or the Athletics, who are not in Oakland anymore. They still have his draft rights, so he could.
That's interesting. I don't think he quits from football. Unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, no.
The funniest thing is there is another quarterback who's being released,
well, not
or at least
by choice, but if nobody signs him,
I was going to say there's another quarterback who's already been told he's going to be released, and that is Kirk Cousins from the Atlanta Falcons. He'll be released. So you'll have 2 quarterbacks in the system.
Yeah, that is interesting. Didn't Kirk Cousins had a great finish to last year's season, but the Falcons are insistent on Penix being the guy.
Here's the thing, though: if Penix is not ready by the start of the season, is Kyler Murray an option?
I mean, he's not a bad option as a veteran backup who
he's
you
gonna
could go to if
gonna
he's
get
not
some, he's
ready.
gonna go somewhere. I mean, some teams
Here's the
gonna
thing, though. I kind of get it with Penix because, like, you got to know this year. You got to
Yeah.
for sure this
this is
year.
where
He's
you
been
gotta
around
be.
enough.
Yeah,
You
he's
got to.
gonna be
You
that
got
guy.
to play him,
Especially with a new coaching staff in there as well. Like you got to know right then and there.
and
Like
maybe they take a flyer on a quarterback late or something. You know.
I mean, there's a possibility. You never know. It's a new coaching staff, a new general manager. They may go in a different direction. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is with the core they have at the skill positions. This is where they need
have
a solid
there.
quarterback now. They want to compete. They need someone who can get Bijan the ball, get Drake the ball, and they've got some guys. Kyle Pitts. I mean, the core's there.
He's returning. They put a franchise tag on him, so he is returning for this season. So that's a huge pickup for the Falcons.
All right. Enough Falcons talk. Marcus Walsh, you had a note. What do you got?
I did indeed. I happened to see, courtesy of, we were talking about the Heathcott family, courtesy of Brent Heathcott, that they got a press box over at JP2.
Oh,
and
yes,
it
they
is
do.
very,
For
very
the soccer,
nice.
for the soccer field that will be the football stadium?
For baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
They got it for baseball, and it was
Nice.
a gift
That was the only thing we were
Heathcott
missing.
family were involved in. And it looks great. Tribute to Brent's dad, and certainly, that family bleeds, faith, family, and sports, and friendship. I mean, all four of them for sure. And obviously, I know them quite well. And I saw that post, and I saw the picture of it, and I actually commented on Facebook, and I asked, or I told Deacon Brent Heathcott, I was like, man, I might have to go out to JP2 sometime before the end of the year and check that thing out, because it looks really nice. But just a touching gesture, certainly, and it helps everybody involved, certainly, and it's really nice too. So it takes me back.
They got a
certainly,
beautiful field out there.
Absolutely. I saw the pictures there too. It takes me back to when I was in college at Ashland University, and I was the only one that wanted to do baseball. So it was literally just me. And for the first 2 years of my 5 years there, we didn't have a press box. So I was literally like in the bleachers behind home plate, or wherever I could be that I could set stuff down, get things set up, in the elements. It was not easy. Having the ability to do what we do, of course, means a lot. And kudos to JP2 and the Heathcott family for that gift for the school, and dare I even say for the community, especially for all of us that go and check it out and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, refuge from the bugs at the very least.
Oh,
I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Richard Jennings, who had such a big hand in getting that field built, and it's a beauty of a
related to Hayden Jennings, the tremendous goal.
Pops. Yeah, his pops. Yeah. Wes Kerr, you're up next on the parting thought train.
Well, first of all, great to be back. Always calling games. It's Richard Gray. I'm really excited. I mean, obviously baseball today, but I'm really excited to see with softball. We kind of talked about it in passing today, but
we talked about it for a good bit before you came on.
But just being able to call the game against Columbus State, which I think is going to be a really good one. To see what this offense continues to do, and the depth of different players that have been stepping up for that team, and Madison Murphy's continued dominance in the circle. Once again, I feel like this team, it felt like last year was going to be the year, and it just didn't happen. They just couldn't get those big conference wins. I feel like this year is going to be different. I feel like they have with a ace starter, number one starter who can go multiple games in the series. You have an offense that's really starting to find it, and other player, Caitlin Boyette has been tremendous. Among others, you talked about Chang, you talked about Chloe Turner. Even though they lost Mackenzie Ford, even though they lost Jaden Goodwin, they have reloaded, and Emma Brinkman has been excellent so far in her first year here. So the way they've reloaded so quickly has been very exciting. But I think that this team can really outperform what their projection was early season. This is a big series. Columbus State, they're 8-5 overall. This is a very good, and both these teams are very solid. This should be some tremendous softball. I am super excited to be on the call for these games this weekend. So if you're around the area, get out. It's gonna be beautiful weather. Come out for some softball. Saturday, 2 games, and then Sunday, single game to wrap up the series. But going to be a ton of fun out there for that softball series. And my second parting thought, staying on the diamond, because it is time for the World Baseball Classic getting started this week, and this is super exciting. Obviously, I love the Olympics. I love seeing those men's and women's hockey teams win it all, win the gold. I'm pumped to see this form of this international tournament. I just remember a lot of people forgot about it, but man, Shohei Ohtani striking out his teammate Mike Trout to win.
It was epic.
One of my favorite baseball moments that I have ever seen, and I just think that looking at the talent among these squads, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a ton of fun, and it all starts tomorrow. We got one game, Chinese Taipei taking on Australia to begin proceedings at 10 o'clock in the evening. So if you want to get your baseball fix for, I'm sure all the games will be streaming somewhere. I know Fox has most of the games. U.S. opens with Brazil, 8 o'clock Friday night. And things really going from there, I believe. So Scooble's is going to throw one game, and I believe the same for Skeens, from what I heard. But you're trying to rest those guys for the start of the Major League Baseball season. But it's a ton of fun, and it's great to see so many, because there was a time a couple of years ago, so I felt like the big names weren't participating in this tournament. You had like the second year of U.S. players, and some of the guys just they didn't want to be in it. Now it seems like there's a lot more. Like you got the big names, you got the Aaron Judge, you got the Kyle Schwarber, you got the Alex Bregman, and others, Kyle Raleigh. So I mean, it's you got the best of the best, and I mean that's what we love about Olympic hockey, was best on best competing. And for the most part, it seems like it's going to be that same deal for the World Baseball Classic. Now there were some players I heard, from what I heard on about some Puerto Rican players that will not be able to play.
There was a whole situation with that.
They couldn't get insured,
which I find ridiculous. In so many ways.
Wild. So you know how it started with Willis McGahee, I think was the first high profile one, where he bought an insurance policy on his body before the Orange Bowl or whatever game they played in. And then of course he shredded his knee, and it was like, whoo, thank God he had that insurance policy from Harrods. Was it Fiesta Bowl? Yeah. So that was the first one I really remember, but then it became a thing, to buy insurance on your body. But I guess the Puerto Rican guys for some reason weren't able to. I don't know.
Which is so weird, because I'm pretty sure some of them were major league stars. So I found that very shocking in so many ways. I just found that completely ridiculous, and basically just kind of ruins it for Puerto Rico if you lose kind of those players based on an insurance policy that didn't go through, so it's very unusual.
It's strange. I mean, they'll still be a big problem. They got a lot of good baseball players.
Squad. They have a squad, I believe. Is it Venezuela has a squad?
And also so it was Correa was one of them. He had an injury history that prevented him from getting insurance.
That's ridiculous.
Lindor was also the same deal.
Yep.
He had surgery over the offseason. And then Javi Baez was prevented from participating because he had a positive drug test for marijuana after the last one in 2023. And his suspension carries through this year's tournament. International baseball rules are different than Major League Baseball rules, it says. But they still got some good dudes, including Arroyo, 22-year-old switch hitter from the Reds.
Speaking of suspensions, that's one of my parting thoughts, actually.
Yeah, I thought you might go there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the parting thoughts, actually, one's for the World Baseball Classic. This one isn't, however. This is just for Major League Baseball in general, and I believe everybody saw it today. For the second straight season, Jurickson Profar has tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He will serve, as of right now, he will serve, unless he appeals it for whatever reason, a 162-game suspension, which means the entire season. And on top of that, he is now 0 for 2 on drug tests. If he gets a third one, I believe that would ban him lifetime.
3 strikes
from Major
He's out.
League Baseball.
Oh, boy.
2 strikes
That's the
down.
whole ball game.
2 outs, and he's got 1 test left before he is
Bottom of the
goodbye.
ninth, game 7.
I want to see Jurickson Profar be successful, but on the other hand, I hate the guy because he's ruining the Atlanta Braves in so many more ways than one, because that is their designated hitter, being that Marcell Ozuna is not there anymore. He's supposed to be their designated hitter. What are you going to do?
What is it with the Braves, man? It was Ozuna one year because
I don't know, man. It makes me furious. I'm like, you're ruining our season. We haven't even hit opening day yet.
Yeah,
like it's just ridiculous.
Profar's a tragic case, man. He was like the #1 prospect in baseball.
Yeah, man. He can't stay
and
off
then
the drugs.
He kind of didn't really get going, and then he did, but now we know why. And sad case.
You know what these cases with Atlanta the last couple of years remind me of? One, and I can't say this about many Cleveland Indians / Guardian players.
Oh, I know where this is going.
One in particular. You know where it's going, Max?
I know where it's going.
I have a feeling.
Marcus.
Milton Bradley.
Yeah, okay. I was going further back than Milton Bradley. I was going Albert, don't call me Joey Bell. But
I was going
at least Albert
Milton
Bell.
Bradley was a whole mess. He was a whole mess.
At least Albert Bell hit 50-50 and did, some other things. Milton Bradley was just a straight up mess.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. You're making millions. No, not millions. Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you decide to be an idiot and get yourself tested positive twice in 2 seasons for performance-enhancing drugs. I don't understand that. People, players, come on, don't be stupid. If you're going to be that stupid, you should not be playing professional sports, period. Like, it's just ridiculous.
We'll stop.
So, anyway, I will very
say,
frustrated
though,
when I saw that today. I was
in defense of Milton Bradley, if your last name's Bradley and your mama names you Milton, like, you really don't have much of a chance. Max Raj, you up? One more. You had one more.
I have one more, and it is about the World Baseball Classic, specifically the United States. I don't know if you guys saw this. This came out a few weeks back, but now it's become a bit more evident as we head towards the beginning of the World Baseball Classic. Tarek Skubal. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. He will be playing on their second game against Great Britain. He is limited to 55 pitches, and when he is done, he goes back to Lakeland for the rest of the training. Now, here's
Wes mentioned that sort of that he and
they only pitched one game.
Here's my
55 pitches though.
Here's my thing though. There are 2 sides to this. The side one is that that's fine if you want to stay healthy and not risk injury at the World Baseball Classic. I get that you don't really want to risk yourself, but then it leads into side number 2. If you don't want to risk it, why are you showing up? Like, why are you showing up for the World Baseball Classic if you're not going to be with the team the entire time? Like,
I'm kind of with you on that.
There. What's the point? I don't get that whatsoever.
I'm like, don't commit if you're not here for the whole run.
Seriously,
that's kind of
if they win it,
lame.
if the United States wins it this year, I hope Tarek doesn't get a ring because pitching.
Like, I
55
even
pitches per
understand
game,
if he only wants to pitch the one game, but still stay
there.
Honestly.
Don't go back to
be
Lakeland.
part of the team.
I was like,
It was
don't go back
sad.
to Lakeland. Just
That's
wait till the
weird.
World
Yeah,
Baseball
that's
Classic
lame.
is over. You'll have a few more spring
Down with
training
that.
games, and then you'll be ready for the season. I don't get that whatsoever. I think that's
2
ridiculous.
thumbs down, Tarek School. All
Yeah.
right. I meant to mention this earlier and I didn't. Soccer at the Ville tonight. BA came over. BA
Yes.
girls are looking good. Pun intended, because Kylie Good, I think, is still cooking over there. They beat us 10-0. Our girls have like no subs. I guess I've stolen them all for our softball team. We have 30 freaking players. The guys, Ville guys, got the win 2-0 over BA, and Nick Underwood.
Yeah.
A good game tonight. Nick almost scored the equalizer toward the end of the first half. He turned the corner and got past the defense, and he was just a little wide.
I saw Nick in Buford the other day. He brought one of his, I think, younger siblings out to soccer tryouts for the upcoming spring season.
Nice.
With Beaver
Outstanding
County.
kid.
Oh yeah,
really good athlete, and I
He
hope
is
he
an
gets
athlete.
some
Great
looks
head on his
at the
shoulders.
next level. He's a smart kid too, so the kinds of schools that he could look at, and there's a chance for him out there still, I think.
Yeah.
If he finds the right one. That dude can play. He's just a
can.
great kid, heart of a champion. So all right, boys, good stuff. I was cooked, but we got through it. Thanks to you fellas. And we're ready for tomorrow night in the Cove. Should be good. We'll see you
Let's
over
get
there,
it.
J.O.
Yes.
Yep, hold the fort down for us till we get there. And we'll see you tomorrow night
do
at the Cove. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make it possible. Thanks to all of you for showing up to listen or watch. And thank you guys. For Jeremy Orr, Wes Kerr, Max Araj, Marcus Walsh, I'm Justin Jarrett. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, go Loco.